What's up, guys? It's Jojo from Chaos Hammer, and I am here at the 10-hour mark. I was hoping that more attacks would have been done. We came into this war knowing that the clan Reddit force had a huge advantage over us, but I think that we are letting ourselves down when we let something that can't be changed. At this moment, we can't change the fact that they have, three town hall 10.5s. They can't change that at this point too. We can't change that they have more town hall 10s than we do. And so, like, we just needed to have done our war and not focus on the advantage, and we could be looking at their attacks and be learning something from it. So I want to encourage us that we need to start attacking earlier. It's not helping us to wait very late, especially when we know that we knew going into this war that the other clan would most likely have unicorned us. So, you know, our I'll just show what they've done to our bases. They've done a few, 2 stars and then had to come back and clean up. But they've already started their cleanup portion of this war, and that's something that we should be doing. It'll help us. It'll actually help us if we are more organized in the timing of our wars. And here we are showing what I mean, because of how Supercell matches players, this if you look defensively, this person basically matches Lumberhawk. So until Supercell decides that offense plays a bigger role in the matching system, we're going to continue getting Town Hall 11s. We've been getting Town Hall 11s for the last maybe 10 wars, where other than our arranged war, we've had Town Hall 11s matching with Lumberhawk or matching with we've had them matching with even our lower town hall 10s. It is more difficult when the troops are all maxed out except for the new miner and the baby dragon. This guy has a maxed out warden. We don't always get completely maxed out troops, but it's been that way. This is what we've done to their bases so far. Yes, we have had some fails, but so did they when they first started their part of the war. But they've already started cleanup. So yeah, you see a lot more 3 stars on their side. But we have so many bases on the map that haven't even been touched yet. It's been time to have started the cleanup portion of this base. We could be looking at their attacks, could be planning more. I know it must be discouraging to feel like to know that they're going to actually, let me just show it. When this guy, Bocaboy, is technically does match defensively to Lumberhawk, but then you look at his troops and it's basically all maxed out, other than the new what are those things called? The new miner and the baby dragon. He has maxed out heroes. His warden is maxed out too, and he was able to knock out he was able to knock out both Lumberhawk and Mahmoud right off the bat. So yeah, that makes you feel like, it's not the best. But anyways, it's so funny to me because I'm number 29 on the map. I am an 8.5. Basically, these guys did the same thing. They are 0.5s. They just max out all their offense. That's how Supercell makes people that want to play smart play, because if you're able to match Town Hall 10s, which I'm sure that's what they do, and completely decimate the Town Hall 10s with your maxed out troops, then that's how it's and they're gonna keep winning doing that. Then why wouldn't they? I mean, that's what I have point I've decided to go the 0.5 route too, and yeah, I rarely match Town Hall 8s, but but it does work up on top. I don't know. So look, I technically match with this person here. Let's look what his troops. I haven't really looked here. So he has X-bows. He doesn't have Infernos. So he's just like a more upgraded Town Hall 9. Let me look at his heroes and all of that stuff. He has maxed out Hogs, maxed out Valks. But when Supercell feels like this would be the best person for me to hit with my second attack versus any of these Town Hall 9s down here, yeah, something's broken. Hey guys, it's Jojo here again, and we are at a little bit at the 3-hour mark, and we still have so many attacks to do. If we had just done our war, I think we would have been a whole lot better off. We needed to have at least hit the 3-starred all the 9s, and then, tried to 2-star the 10s at least, and then not worry about the 11s unless we had extra attacks, but it didn't work out that way. So yeah. What's up guys, it's Jojo from Chaos Hammer, and I am here with another war recap, this time against the clan Reddit Force. And they had a although they had like a few Town Hall 11s, which completely wrecked our Town Hall 10s, really and truly they whipped us soundly. I have not seen a war where we've only gone and gotten 87% in, I don't think throughout our entire war log do we have something in the 80s. So not only did they whip us, we whipped ourselves as well. So yeah, that's past. We need to regroup and come at it hard with to the next clan, that's for sure. So I will show you what they did to our bases. They had I think they had two Town Hall 11s, and then one Town Hall 10.5. Really, I think the first two had like max troops, or at least the first one for sure had like completely maxed troops, maxed heroes, maxed warden. It was a maxed out 11. But anyways, so I think he knocked out our first and second Town Hall 10s, which was a bit disheartening, and I'm pretty sure that's what also hurt us, is that they just came in hard and fast, and it was not pretty. Well, it was pretty for them, and we did learn how good the bowlers were. And as you can see from this recap, we did use the bowlers quite a bit more, just practicing with them, just to I mean, that's the one thing I could say from this war, was that we did learn some new stuff. So anyways, I'll just go down and show what they did to our base. They were not able to get Jesse Han Solo nor King Leonidas's base. They did try quite a few number of times, but so good job on you guys for having some good bases. So there it goes. They did 3-star everyone down the line. And then we didn't, yeah, I'll just show it. You know, not 3-starring the 11s and the 10s, like that's not bad for us. Like I'm not disappointed in that. But honestly, not 3-starring all these Town Hall 9s, yeah, I know we're better than that. Um, yeah, so let's get to it. The first base that I wanted to, the first attack that I wanted to show was this one here, done by a new person for the recaps, Paria. I would say Paria. And I believe, okay, so she comes up from the top with first dropping the golem, and then having a bunch of wizards to clean up that area before letting out oh, there goes the max, the bowlers with the healers, drops the wall breakers, and then the Valks, the king and queen right behind, and a few wizards. And then that will trigger the clan castle, dragon, and balloon. And one of the healers did peel off the bowlers and then came in. She drops the poison. Then the queen, I believe the queen and the wizards do knock out that enemy dragon. The dragon is working on a bunch of the Valks, even though they were under heal. Drops a rage, and I mean, with that one rage, the Valks just literally knocked out like 4 buildings in 3 seconds flat. So she's getting a bunch of work done with the bowlers over on by the 3 o'clock. The queen with a bowler down at the 9 o'clock position, and then the king with the golem over here, trying to get out of this compartment actually, to join up with the with the queen, and then the Valks. The queen does go into the wall that the king just opened for him to get out. Okay, now the king decides he wants to go back in. No, okay. So it was quite an attack. I'll actually just speed it up, because right here just has golem tanking for the queen, and thankfully then the queen was able to knock out those defenses in. Just use the king ability and the queen ability right here at the end to get the last defenses that were left. Speed that up, and there goes the 3-star. So good job, Paria. The next attack, oh, actually I had missed one a little bit lower, actually the lowest town hall here, that Kid Av. Also, this was against an 8.5. I believe he just dropped he just moved up from being an 8.5 as well, and dropped his queen over there with her healers. This was a fresh attack. I don't know if I mentioned Paria's attack was a cleanup attack, and then this one is a fresh attack. Drops one hog to try to get that clan castle lore. Dropped the second hog because the first hog did get distracted. Has a couple minions up there making sure that the queen goes in the right direction. Uses the queen's ability to knock out the clan castle minions, and then the queen then starts breaking through the wall to go get those defenses inside. So from there has a bunch of minions over at what 10 o'clock to getting free, what do you call that? Those free buildings. Drops the clan castle bowlers with 2 healers on them. And then they're just doing really good work on basically those Town Hall 8 defenses. So it drops the Valks. The Valks do head into the base since there was a nice funnel that was done with the minions. And they're just gonna wreck through the base. He had a whole bunch, I think it was like 14 Valks, I believe. And then they knock out the enemy king extremely quickly. The bowlers are still doing work in there. The queen is at full health and she's already cleaning up those buildings down at the bottom while the bulk of the troops are up on the top. The Valks, he still has maybe 8 Valks total. Drops his last rage on the bowlers and those Valks inside the base. Still has a heal, still has his king's ability, and this base is done. So good job, Trent. The next attack that I had wanted to show also includes the bowlers was Lumberhawk, our number 1 guy here on their number 5, which happens to be a nice Town Hall 10. So the healers first dropped his queen. So then here over at 3 o'clock, the queen, and then we'll drop a minion. Did he drop a minion? I think he did drop a minion to just yeah, there was a minion to get that free the free points percentages, I guess. Then the queen will continue down clockwise. And then from there you see he has 6 bowlers, and I believe he has some bowlers in the he has Valks inside the clan castle with the wall breakers. Open up that wall, drops in the bowlers, and then drops in all his Valks with a 2-finger drop. Has a poison there to help knock out the that loon. Come on, loon. Come on, queen, knock out that loon. Oh, drop the freeze. I was wondering why that balloon wasn't moving, but he dropped the freeze and then it did it did freeze the balloon that was on top, which gave his queen the time that she needed to jump into the base to knock out that loon. And so yep. That's what's happening. Valks all over the place. Yeah, the Valks actually walked out to start to do cleanup around the outside. His queen is just dead. So the healers, thankfully, they don't pass over anything that really kills them and will help clean up the troops. I mean, they help heal back the troops that are inside. And we have 1 healer on 1 single bowler. Man, those jumps last forever. I remember looking at Town Hall 9 attacks and with Valk attacks like months ago and just being like, damn, that's just one hot mess. And that's what this is kind of looking to me. It's just like one big mess of redheads just twirling around and knocking things out. So good job, Lumber. Causby did have like a really nice GoGobajo attack. It was a fresh hit right there, but I don't want this to be too long, and so I'm going to show somebody that has also not been in one of our recaps yet, and that's Crom here. This is a fresh hit GoGobajo on their number 14. So he brought a max golem inside his clan castle, 7 Val, so it has a queen walk as well. So he started out with a bunch of the minions up at top to start creating that funnel for his Valks and king and all of that, and then has his queen over here at 9 o'clock to do her queen walk, and she's gonna actually go up clockwise, drops one single hog into the base to distract, I guess, that archer tower, and then uses some wall breakers to open up the wall. The hog continues on and then pulls out the golem in the CC. He drops an early poison, which is perfect, and then the queen is able to then knock out that golem. It is a time sink, but you know, at that point he's just left his queen there to deal with that golem and the golemites. He knows she can handle it. She is a level 30 queen, has dropped the max golem up at the top, dropped all his Valks into the base, drops the jump and then a heal right away, so the Valks are going to be able to knock out, and it was perfect because right there's just a whole Tesla farm. So the Valks do quick work of that Tesla farm. They just keep going forward. They get pulled in by the enemy queen. They knock out the enemy queen very, very quickly. The king is right there tanking for them. He has let out his hogs and they are working across the base in a clockwise direction. He's just letting out the last few hogs that he has while the Valks are inside, just continuing on with the base. There you see the queen actually triggers one of the giant bombs, and right there it's cleanup. So there it is, a really good eye on scoping out the space Crom, and it was a sweet attack, so good job. And then there's this last attack that I wanted to share, which is a cleanup attack done by Phil C. And it is a Golaloon. I know most of the attacks were with Valks and bowlers. That was just something that we saw in this war, so we figured I figured that I'd just show some new stuff, eh? And then of course we have some that like the air, and so here we have Phil showing us how to do it. This base was susceptible to air. You can see that he let in the Valks and the king and the queen right here, where the queen is able to knock out the first air defense. The two air defense are already down. He's brought only two Valks, but the air defenses are so exposed that he really does only need those two lava hounds, one on each one of the lava hounds, and then just drops in a whole bunch of balloons, and then drops a haste and then a rage, just so that the balloons can get to those air defense rather quickly. You can see that the Valks had done a whole bunch of work up on the top. The queen is still alive, and his king is on the bottom working on cleanup, and he still has one more rage. Rages up to knock out those last defenses, drops a couple loons to be the distraction while the rest of the loons zip in and knock out that very last archer tower, and as you can see, it's done. So good job, Phil. So that's it, guys. I hope that we are able to put this behind us. Well, move forward with the skills that we saw that Reddit Force came at us with, and hopefully knock out this next clan in short order. So take care and good night.